An 18-year-old Brit is facing 20 years in jail after striking up a holiday romance with a teenager in Dubai. Marcus Fakana from Tottenham, North London, was detained by police after the 17-year-old girl's strict mother told cops. He was held in a grueling UAE prison for 3 days and could now be jailed for up to 2 decades. Marcus said he and the girl had a wonderful time together after meeting on holiday in August and plan to continue their romance back in London. In Dubai, if a person aged 18 or over has a sexual relationship with a person under 18, they can be prosecuted for having a sexual relationship with a minor. The relationship would be legal in the UK. Marcus said after the girl, who has since turned 18, left to return to the UK, he couldn't wait to see her again when he got home. He said, "Then suddenly police knocked on our hotel door. They said they were taking me in for questioning, but wouldn't tell me why. I couldn't imagine what for. I was frightened and my parents were terrified." He was then detained for 3 days at Al Barsha police station. Marcus said the girl had been secretive with her family when they saw each other. He said, "We really liked each other, but she was secretive with her family because they were strict. My parents knew about our relationship, but she couldn't tell hers."
Hi, what's up beautiful people? It's your girl Irene Soita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new on this channel, kindly consider subscribing, hitting the notification button so that you get notified whenever I post a video. And if you are a returning subscriber, I don't take your love for granted. Thank you for clicking back and watching my videos. Guys, I'm Irene Soita, coming live from East Africa, Kenya, in this beautiful village where I live, and today I've come across a very technical video. Like, it has left me heartbroken. Like, literally, the video has left me heartbroken. I don't know how to start. I don't know how to talk about it. But this video, I think I've been watching several videos that people have been posting about the same case. And I just want you people to watch about it, to tell me what you think about it. Because this video, like, it's so devastating. It's a video that it concerns a teen boy who is from London, and he's born in London. He's a British boy, a teenager, turned 18 years old. He had left with his parents to Dubai, UAE, Dubai, for their getaway, for a vacation, a dream vacation to Dubai. And also in the same room that in the same hotel that they were living, he came across a lady that they started an romantic relationship, and they were doing that they were in that romantic relationship behind their parents back, you understand. So what happened there was that the girl who was 17 years at the time, but now she has turned 18. I'm being bitten by mosquitoes. I'm standing here and it's filthy. I think there are mosquitoes, it's bushy. And who has just turned 18 got in this romantic relationship with this Briton, yet black boy in the UAE, in a romantic relationship. And I think they did whatever they had to do behind the parents back. But eventually, when the mom when their vacation, the ladies vacation and the mom got to an end, they left for UK. Basically, they left they went back to their home country. So when I was going through the videos, I came to realize that probably the mom was going through her daughter's phone, and she came across the pictures and the messages and everything that they were just doing in Dubai, and she had to call back the police, the Dubai police. She had to call back the Dubai police. She phoned the Dubai police and gave out the Dubai police had the access. In Dubai, you cannot run. Like, you cannot run. They had the access to the hotel where Fakana Marcus was staying. So Fakana Marcus was arrested, and this happened in August. So when the boy was arrested, the parents flew back to to UK, because one of them, one of the mother works, like she's a cleaner, and the father works in the warehouse. So they had to rush back home and just look for money so that they can give their son freedom, you know. And when we are talking about UAE, you know, you don't know what you are saying. Like, the UAE laws are very, very strict, you understand. So the boy right now, he's in jail. He was jail, and they are saying like he could be in jail for like 20 years, which is very, very devastating. And the boy is so devastating. He's in a devastating situation or place right now, and people are so angry. Like, people have come out to just showcase their anger towards that mama. Like, why would she feel so vindicated? Why would she wait until she gets to the UK is when she phones Maka, the police, to get Marcus arrested? Like, why would she do that? So I've been going through comments of how people are talking, that those who are saying like she's too selfish, she should not have done that to someone's son. Also, they are saying like the people were saying like, if it was a white boy, she would not have called the police upon him, but because he is a black man, that's why she felt like there was need for her just to call back the police in Dubai and get Marcus arrested, you know. And there's now a GoFundMe that is going on social media to just bail Marcus out, because they need like 35,000 dirham, you know. That's a lot of money for just them to save the money to come together and contribute the money and just get Marcus bail, and maybe he go back to the UK. And listen, we now know that the girl was, Marcus was a few months older than this girl, whose identity has not been revealed, you know. And now Marcus was 18, the girl was still 17, like a few months to getting 18, of which it's being said like if they were in the UK, that was that could be a legal age for them to just get intimate. But because it happened in the UAE, and maybe the mom knows that now, this one has happened to the UAE, whereby you, to be an adult in the UAE, or to get yourself engaged in sexual intercourse or sexual intimacy, to getting sexual intimacy at that age of 18, you understand. She knew that it was illegal, so she had just to call and make sure that the boy was arrested. But the fact that the people of the UK and the people of the world have come out to stand with Marcus, I think it's not just going to settle well with her, because there are some who just want to see her face revealed. They want to see her face revealed. They want to, you know how social media can be. So guys, I don't know what you think about this situation that Marcus has got himself into, that his dream destination has turned into a nightmare. The dream travel destination has turned him into a dark, what do you call, a nightmare in the UAE. And now he feels like he's left out, he has no friends, and he's gonna be jailed. He's going to spend 1 year in jail in Dubai. It's really a sad situation. I don't know what you think, all the moms down there and all the dads and all the general viewers. Tell me what you think about this situation that this teen, London teen, UK based teen, has gotten himself into. And let's have that conversation down there and see what we can help, what we can do about it.
Boom. I know you lot have seen this story. Marcus Fakana, 18, jailed for 1 year in Dubai after holiday romance with 17-year-old girl. I don't know if they even mentioned in this article that they were only 10 weeks, about 10 weeks different in age. So he was 10 weeks older than her. She turned 18 by the time charges were filed against him by the mother, who had left the country with the daughter, left Dubai, gone back to England, and gone through, I think, the embassy to try and press charges, get this man criminalised. And he was arrested, and now he's been sentenced to a year in a jail that they are calling a hellhole. The media is calling the prison that this young man has been sent to as a hellhole. He's going to serve 365 days in prison as an 18-year-old in a foreign country, because he entered a relationship with somebody that was 10 weeks younger than him, and who is now the same age as him. And I just think this is ridiculous. And the mum, the mum needs to actually like kind of really reflect on what she's done, because she's ruined this young man's life out of pride, because you didn't want to face the fact that your daughter was sexually active, or maybe your daughter was sexually active with a black man. I'm not really sure what the true motivations were, but it was clearly a consensual interaction. You know, apparently she found the morning after pill in her daughter's bag or whatever, and you've tried to get man done for grape, but it's not worked because he had proof on his phone that they had a consensual thing, but he still ended up having to do a year for, I guess, statutory grape, I suppose. I'm not really sure what the charge actually is, but it is for underage interaction. 10 weeks between them. Imagine this was your son. Young man like this, man. So what's the cautionary tale in this? Some people are using this as an excuse to say, well, this is why black men should stay with their own race, because other races really hate them. And I don't know if there's a racial motivation to this. There's definitely a cultural motivation in my perspective. Race, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was a Pakistani young man, whether this mother over here would have done the same thing or not. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know. So I'm not going to overly speculate. But yeah, man, them have to protect themselves, and we have to protect our kids. There's been so much insensitivity in the comments about, oh, well, he knows his age, and, well, you know the law, and you need to research the law before you go somewhere, and rare, and he deserves it. People saying that he should have got 20 years. There's some people saying that an 18-year-old should have got 20 years for being intimate with a 17-year-old. And I'm like, where's your compassion? Where's your empathy? Where's your humanity? You lot are wild. I could see that there's a very big lack of empathy for young black men, for young black women. And I don't know if it extends further beyond race. You lot can argue that in the comments about whether it's racial or not, but the lack of empathy is astounding. And it's like, we've adultified this 18-year-old to some weird extent, but then in the news you lot want to talk about 25-year-olds getting groomed by big men. So we can see 25-year-olds as children or less than fully capable functioning adults, fully developed adults, but we can't have any compassion, any mercy for the young black man. That's I don't know, man. It feels so strange to see how people are reacting. Yeah. Big up to also I want to say, there was 2 young South London rappers that were out in Dubai that helped to try and assist the brother to get bail financially and whatever. And I want to big them up. They didn't want to be identified at that moment in time. But if you know, you know. If you heard about any artists that were looking to try and help out there, big them up, because, you know, they didn't have to step up. And what one of them said to me was, yo, this kid's like 17, 18, man. He could have been my kid. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? I feel it. So love to them brothers, because that's another thing that's going to go unsung. Yeah, how the man them stepped up to try and assist. Big up also Bobby Kasanga for trying to put the message out there, and anyone else that got involved. It's such a deep, sad story, man. I don't know what can be done to help this young man, because I feel like 1 year is way too long for him to spend in a foreign jail that they are describing as a hellhole. I don't think he should be spending any more time in custody. There needs to be some kind of campaign to get him out. People were writing to David Lammy and MPs like that. I only got to laugh at that, because we know these MPs are not helping, man. So I don't know what to say. The mother, this woman over here, she's a wrong 'un, in my opinion, for what she done. And it's too late to try and protect your daughter's honour after she's already laid down with man, opened her legs and chosen to lay down with man, innit? Yeah. Now this young lady, I'm gonna put her picture up too. She's 18. She's an adult now. So if he can sit in jail, you can be known as an 18-year-old, and your mum can be known. Like, no one's getting anonymity when this brother's gone in jail and been criminalised, and has like swarms of racist people condemning him and wishing him like 20 years in jail. It's so sad. Condolences to the family, mum and dad. Apparently it was the mum and dad or whatever that discovered that the two had an intimate relationship and reported it to the mum initially. This is what I heard. right? And if that's so, mums and dads, I guess you wanted to do the right thing. You know, there's another child involved, or there's another person involved. You wanted, you know, to have the transparency, but we got to protect our own kids first. It is right. Learn the laws of the land. I don't know what you lot are going to Dubai for anyway. Dubai ain't got nothing for me, really. And the more stories I hear, the less likely I'm ever to really see that place. Because who wants to go to somewhere where an 18-year-old can be threatened with 20 years and get a year in prison for sleeping with someone that's 10 weeks younger than him? Let's get this in perspective. There's 10 weeks between them. The girl, before even this man was found guilty, the young lady became 18. So I just think this is the strangest, weirdest thing, dehumanizing, and the lack of empathy by the public is shocking and astounding. I shouldn't say shocking. It's telling that we're still in that era where certain people are not quite human to the rest of the world, you know what I mean? And they don't quite invoke the same amount of empathy. Anyway, let me know how you lot feel about this in the comments. Let's have a wider discussion, and hopefully some solutions can be found to get this man out of jail. Hopefully they appeal it or whatever and get this young man out of jail, do you know what I mean? And laugh upon everybody else. Anyway, it's your boy Jeds, Jedi Online, always with the trillers.
An 18-year-old Brit is facing 20 years in jail after striking up a holiday romance with a teenager in Dubai. Marcus Fakana from Tottenham, North London, was detained by police after the 17-year-old girl's strict mother told cops. He was held in a grueling UAE prison for 3 days and could now be jailed for up to 2 decades. Marcus said he and the girl had a wonderful time together after meeting on holiday in August and plan to continue their romance back in London. In Dubai, if a person aged 18 or over has a sexual relationship with a person under 18, they can be prosecuted for having a sexual relationship with a minor. The relationship would be legal in the UK. Marcus said after the girl, who has since turned 18, left to return to the UK, he couldn't wait to see her again when he got home. He said, then suddenly police knocked on our hotel door. They said they were taking me in for questioning, but wouldn't tell me why. I couldn't imagine what for. I was frightened and my parents were terrified. He was then detained for 3 days at Al Barsha police station. Marcus said the girl had been secretive with her family when they saw each other. He said, we really liked each other, but she was secretive with her family because they were strict. My parents knew about our relationship, but she couldn't tell hers.
I want to talk to you about a case involving Britain and Dubai. We from time to time find that British people have been imprisoned in Dubai, and the Foreign Office gets involved and all kinds of judicial back and forth. But this is slightly different in nature, I think, and I'm really keen to know what you think about it. An 18-year-old boy/young man has been sentenced to a year in prison in Dubai after a holiday romance which involved sex with a British girl who was 17 at the time. So they were both in Dubai, both British, both ultimately planning to return to Britain. She has with her family. He hasn't because he's been imprisoned. And what happened was that the mother of the girl, who was 17 at the time, so it would have been legal in this country for her to be having sex, but not in Dubai, where the age of consent is 18. She rang police. The mother back in Britain rang police and basically reported the boy for sexual assault. And he's been prosecuted. I think this is an extraordinary story. And here to tell us more about some of the detail is Charlotte Lynch, LBC's reporter. So what do we know about the families and the relationship to start with?
Well, this is Marcus Fakana, who is 18. He's from Tottenham in North London, who struck up a holiday romance with a girl who's not been named whilst they were both there on holiday with their respective parents. Now, as you said, the girl is also from Britain, and she's only a few months younger than him. She was 17 at the time. She has now turned 18. And we've been hearing a bit more about what's thought to have happened through the organisation Detained in Dubai, who are in contact with Marcus and are helping try to free him. So Marcus said that they had to be secretive because the girl's parents were strict, but they had a consensual relationship that they planned to continue when they got back to the UK. And that did involve having sex. Now, the girl's parents are then said to have gone through her phone, and once the girl and her family were safely back in the UK, the girl's mum then rang police in Dubai, reported Marcus, and he was arrested and he was detained in September. Now, he has now been sentenced, as you say, to a year in prison in Dubai. Now, Marcus's family have released a statement saying that he is incredibly scared. His mental health is starting to decline. And of course, they're absolutely desperate for him to come home. They say that somebody has intentionally used the laws in Dubai against him, which he didn't know would happen when he embarked on this relationship. Now, Detained in Dubai have also said that Marcus feels abandoned by the British government and by the Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Rada Sterling is the group's CEO, and she's accused the government of failing to act.
The proof is in the pudding on this one. We work with foreign governments all the time. We work with MPs, we work with senators, and they are able to resolve these cases quickly. Marcus's case is not difficult to resolve at all. So if the British government wanted it resolved and put the effort in, he would not have received a 1-year sentence.
Now, as you say, the age of consent in Dubai is 18. In the UK, it's 16, so their relationship would have been perfectly legal here.
Because I think this is the whole heart of it. If you're a British kid, and if you know about age of consent, you know about the age of consent in your own country. And if you're on holiday, I don't think you do necessarily, as a kid, oh, I'm sure some adults wouldn't, but as a kid, I'm sure you don't necessarily know or seek out the laws on consent when you go to a foreign country. So I don't know, I get that the law is a different law in Dubai as over here, but it's about what the law is in a person's mind in a way, isn't it? Particularly when they're young.
Yeah, exactly. And she was, she was 17, but she is now 18. She's only a few months younger than him. And, it's unclear. It seems as though, he was unaware of the age of consent in Dubai. But like you say, both of them were British. So there's possibly an assumption there that because they're both British citizens, exactly, they're not doing anything illegal. So his family have said that actually, exactly that, in a plea they've issued directly to the ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, to spare Marcus, which he can do, as the girl is now 18. Their relationship would have been legal if they were in their home countries. Now, he's got loads of support from members of the public. There's a petition calling for the government to offer him stronger support that's had more than 40,000 signatures. His family are also raising money to, it's entitled to help bring Marcus home, but they're having to pay these massive legal costs. That's now raised more than £35,000. We're told that they'd saved up for this holiday of a lifetime. One of his parents works as a cleaner in North London. The other works in a warehouse. They'd saved up to go away for his dad's birthday and used all of their savings, on this once in a lifetime trip. And now we're told they just don't know what to do. In terms of what the government have had to say so far today, even, they've been pretty silent on this. We've been contacting the Foreign Office all day since this news broke. They're yet to say anything, although we are told that they will. But they've known about this since September, since Marcus was arrested. The Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, is actually Marcus Falconer's MP, Tottenham MP.
Handy.
We're told that he was sent a couple of letters. That's what Marcus has told Detained in Dubai. Not sure what they said, but it's clearly not had any influence. And the family, we're told, haven't heard anything since. So we wait to hear from the Foreign Office about, whether they'll be intervening, whether they'll be trying to do any more to get Marcus home. But so far, it seems as though they are yet to comment.
I'll be interested to know what people think of this, because it throws up the question it throws up for me, particularly when you're dealing with young people, is the law, if you break the law in a foreign country unwittingly in this way, and a very particular law that's about intimacy rather than about criminal, stealing or whatever, if you break the law in that way unwittingly and you're very young, is it punitive, overly punitive to put somebody in prison for that? And I would say yes, particularly for somebody of 18 and 17, particularly if there's no claim by the girl, and I don't think there is, that it was anything other than consensual.
And we should say as well, it's not sexual assault that he's been prosecuted for, it's sex with a minor. So I'm not sure.
Is that regarded differently?
Yes,
okay.
So it's because he had sex with a girl who was under the age of 18, but there's no claim of any foul play, of any rape, of any sexual assault, anything non-consensual. This was all thoroughly consensual, and it appears that the girl's parents also knew that, but they must have known that sex with a girl under the age of 18 in Dubai is illegal in that particular country.
Yeah, but there's the strict legal way of looking at it and saying, I'm sorry, when in Rome, or when in Dubai, that's the law. A criminal case has been made and he's been found wanting. That's the law. You could take that absolutist view of it, but I'm not sure I would. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not a judge. But I just think, it just seems, and I'm not asking you to opine on this, but the mother making the complaint, calling the police in Dubai, that seems vindictive to me. If there's no element of coercion against the girl, that seems vindictive against the boy because she's found, shock horror, her daughter's had sex.
This is what a lot of people have been saying, the fact that the girl and her family were safely back in the UK. So, they weren't in Dubai, so nothing could have happened to the girl. She's back in the UK safely. But, the knowledge that the boy was still there in Dubai and she's reporting him to a forum.
But she wouldn't be prosecuted in Dubai, would she, presumably? She'd be regarded
as the victim. But, still she's safe now back in her home country, and that 18-year-old boy isn't. And a lot of people have said as well, she's got a child of a very similar age, just a few months younger, and maybe she didn't know that she was about to potentially sentence Marcus to a sentence. I mean, we're told that it could have been up to 20 years. He has been given a year. She possibly didn't know the consequences of her actions, but the consequence is you've got an 18-year-old British boy now in prison in Dubai for a year.
Well, again, it's not your job to give opinion, but I can. I think she would know. The mother who made the call to a country like Dubai would know. And I think it's vindictive. I really do. I think it's vindictive. But interesting. Thank you very much, Charlotte. Charlotte Lynch, LBC's reporter. I mean, I'm a bit of a stickler for the rules, as you might have learned over the years, but I just think, sometimes with younger people, you've got to, just out of childhood, really. Obviously, this is why you shouldn't have sex till you're 35. But I think there's something really harsh about what the mother did.